people watching. I sent the link to the Discord, so we should be ready to go if you're ready.
Remember, yeah, I'm ready.
All
Let
right,
me know.
so hey everyone, thank you guys for coming in. For those of you that are in right now, or if you guys are going to be watching later, we will be posting this onto my channel. I have a special guest with me today. This is the first time we're going live on my channel, and we'll let him introduce himself and the topic that we are going to be discussing today.
Yeah, 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 man. So great also to be again with you. One second. I'm looking for your YouTube channel. Just to see also if we have any question on the live chat on YouTube. I'm opening the your YouTube channel. Give
Yeah,
me
I
one
got mine
second.
open too.
Or just in case. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, one second, please. There we go. Yeah, we have 4 people. Just in case, just for people that are on our live streaming, please show us your name, where you are, uh, any question, please, because we are also going to be taking care about the the chat. Okay, the writing chat, the right chat.
Yeah, let us know too if you're from the Flamenco Guitar Discord online, or if you're either one of my students or Mario's students.
Great. Okay, let's go. Ready. So thanks, Achel, also to share time again with me. And great. So I think we were talking a few days ago because I was studying and trying to record a lot of material of Solea stuff, or to learn how to accompany, how to teach a few things. And I find like a really big detail that I've never, I think about before, of course, but never taking care about how to teach that, because you can know so many things, but after you know that something, you have to learn how to teach something. So that's a moment. Here is Saf from the Discord group. Nah, hi Saf. So that's nice because when we start to talk about Solea, Seguirilla, Bulería, like the deep flamenco, like we say Hondo with Hondo is deep in English. When we start to talk about these palos, these flamenco styles, Solea, Seguirilla, Bulería, and maybe Petenera sometimes. Maybe we have to see that, okay? But like the deepest flamenco styles, there's one moment we're talking about accompany, okay? Not play solea. Any guitar player that study guitar can play solea. Anyone, English, American, African, whatever. But we are talking about how to accompany solea, how to accompany a singer that is singing solea. How are you going um, to accompany this person, no, with your guitar? There is one point that is going to be the resume. I think the resume, no, it's like the one sentence that we're going to. It's like going to be the most important thing that we're going to say on this lesson. It's going to be, you will never be able to accompany a singer if you don't listen a singer 1,000 times before. 1,100, whatever. It's not the times. It's like you have to listen singers singing Solea so many times before you try to accompany Solea. Yes, man, it's easy to accompany Solea, technically talking, because 4 chord, 5 chords, you can just. I'm going to do like a really easy version of how to accompany. Just with the thumb going down, if you know 5 different chords, A minor, G major, F major, E flamenco, and C major, and G7, you are able to accompany every solea that you hear. So just 5 chord, and you can just go down with the thumb. Any person that never hear flamenco before is going to say maybe flamenco is easy to accompany. Technically, 100%. If you see, the best person that accompany are the singers. Singers that play guitar are the best people to accompany singer because they do the chord that they want at the moment that they want because it's what they feel. I love to see the singers recording themselves, accompanying themselves because I see, hey man, he's doing really easy, but he's doing the chord at the exactly moment that he needs. So I also want to study those singers playing because I try to get why are they doing this chord at this time. So that's, I return again to the beginning. That's the thing, that because I think that there is a point on the flamenco when you arrive to Solea, Seguirilla, and Bulería. That's a point that you cannot cross if you don't listen flamenco. You can accompany tangos. Okay, I can teach you the structure. I can teach you 2 times D minor, 2 times C major, 2 times. I can teach you how many times, more or less. It's showing you have to play each chord with a compass pattern that you know, how many times you can play the chord. But I cannot tell you how many times you have to do each chord on a Solea compass because there are so many more things on just on one compass. So because more or less going to be one, maybe I've never think about that, but more or less going to be one chord each compass, like the harmony sequence. You can do so many chords on just one, but for example, Alcala style, it's going to be one compass from E7 to A minor, and the second compass from A minor to E flamenco. With 3 or 4 chords, you can play that. So it's just 3 chords and two measures. It says, man, it's easy. Okay, it's easy technically to play, but it can happen so many things between just all those 24 beats, no? So that's a sentence. If you don't listen that before play, you never going to be able to play. We're talking about accompany singers, okay? For all the people that are watching this live, hey, Mario is saying that I cannot never play Solea. No, you can play solo Solea how much time that you want. You can play for solo for 20 minutes if you want Solea, and you don't have to listen any cante, any singer. But if you want to accompany, and we are here to talk about how to accompany singers, you have to listen Solea before. After that, we're going to talk a few tips, a few things that we can talk about, and we can also see the different styles. But in general, it's going to be like a really basic structure before you hear a lot of times the styles. More or less, Sach, anything that you want to talk?
I think that's it. So, like I said, we'll be talking about different styles. Did you have a list just to list them off? Of
Yeah.
ones we're going to talk
I'm
about?
going to leave.
Alcala for sure.
I'm going to send you, and also I have on a Google Drive document. We're going to leave the link of the Google Drive document just on the bottom of this video when we finish the stream. Okay, you're going to have a link. We're going to see here because there is a friend of mine that sent me a few weeks ago, and I also have a few more styles looking for right now. But I'm going to leave like a list of the most typical styles, and also the lyrics, and the chords. But what I told you, that's something that I don't want to write down because I can write down the chord here, and tomorrow you find another style with a chord in another place. So that's not a song that it's going to be always singing at the same way. It's going to be a lyric, no? Lyric is letra? Like a paragraph, okay? It's going to be always the same paragraph, but every singer is going to sing in a different way. So what do you have to remember? You have to know, like for example, Alcala style has the sequence from E7, E flamenco to A minor, and then A minor to E flamenco. Mm-hmm. If you know the big structure, you just have to hear that and recognize when is the singer arriving to the A minor, or when is the singer arriving to E flamenco. The next question is it, Mario, and how I know when the singer arrived to A minor or E flamenco? And I answer, did you hear Solea class style 1,000 times before you ask me this question? Yes. Okay, let's talk. No, that's the first point. Because man, it's just, that's something that it's nice because I've been playing Solea for like 10 years in my life, or 12 years, I don't know. But it's strange, it's funny when you have to find a way to teach that, and you never study that. Because I study tangos, I study alegrías. But man, the first time that I played Solea, it was because I spent a lot of time in the street with people, having fun with the guitar. So it's difficult to find a way to teach something that nobody teach you before. So nobody teach me before how to accompany Solea. I play Solea, like I play because I hear a lot of things, different guitar players, and I try to copy them. And right now I have my own way of accompanying Solea. So because of that, when I say, how can I teach Solea? And I say, okay, I'm going to record a few patterns. Great. But the first thing that I have to say is, if you don't listen Solea accompaniment, you will never accompany Solea. It doesn't, my course or any workshop that you take, it's going to teach you how to accompany. It's going to give you tips. I can give you tips, but it's not tips. That's the secret. It's to hear a lot of times, I love the secret that you have, like how you divide, the compass on 4 different groups, 1, 2, 3, they're from 4 to 6. We're going to talk about this thing because I think it's so helpful for people. And it's also helping myself to situate my point of view of how to teach the Solea series. It's helping me a lot. And that's it, man. Well, it's like an introduction. Okay, we're going to talk a few things, but I think it's like the point of view of I want to give. So for myself, it's like, if anybody buy a Solea course, like a recording Solea course, this point until here for 15 minutes would be like the first lesson of the course. Man, listen Solea. After that, second lesson. But the first lesson, talk Solea. Listen Solea, because it's the most important thing that you have to do. Also, it's going to help you, if you hear Solea, to know the solo structure, to feel different the solo structure. I see when a person wants or like to listen Solea at home, or doesn't like to listen Solea at home when they play guitar. Because I feel like how they feel the full compass, how they feel each beat of the compass. That's the thing, because Solea, you cannot be thinking about each beat of the 12. You can think on a big group. Of course, at the beginning, you have to study part by part. But when you play, and if I listen to a guitar player, I say, hey man, this guy is not used to listen cante at home, because he's thinking on small spots. And I want to think on a big group. Sometimes 12 beat, or sometimes 24 beats, or sometimes 48. Depends of how long is the letter or the lyric that we are talking about. All right, man. Like the first idea. I'm going to find like the document. One second. I'm going to open here the web. 1 second.
While Mario's pulling that up, if anyone watching us live has any questions, please feel free to post them in the chat. I'm watching the chat right now. If you have any questions on even Solea in general, not just the Canto, we'll probably have time to answer them.
Of course.
Today.
Here we go. I don't know if there is still Anyone watching us? Also, if you are watching the recording, please also write your question, anything that you want to ask, anything that you want to know about Solea.
Absolutely. We'll get to it as soon as we see those comments go in.
Of course. Yeah, let's see. I think that we talk. Let me to share the screen. I cannot share.
Good. Oh, I won't let you share?
Yeah, leave me. You have to click on my window and leave me the opportunity to share. Or maybe make me co-host of the meeting. Yeah.
Let's try that.
Yeah, no, it's working.
Yeah, because I have nothing to share on my computer. I'll make you the host. There we go.
So here you have all the styles. Okay, we will see in a few minutes. Of course, there are so many more styles, so it's not the only styles that we're going to that you can find on flamenco. There are so many ones, so many more. Here we're going to see Alcalá, Cádiz, Jerez, Utrera, Triana, y Triana Alfareras, y Apolas. So there are a lot of more styles, but that's not the thing that I want to talk now. We'll see in a few minutes. First of all, I want to introduce you the Solea, and here at flamencopolis.com. That's a web that I also have on my computer open. You can see like the tree of the flamenco, okay, with the traditional music on the center, and we have 4 groups. We are going to divide. We talked about this thing before on our last live stream, but just small point of view of that. So flamenco comes from the traditional music, and if we talk about divide about the rhythm, we're going to have like the tango rhythm, seguirilla rhythm, Solea rhythm, and fandango rhythm. So we're going to talk about Solea. Let me, we have Solea on the middle, okay. Cantiña is all inside of the group of Solea, of Alegría, sorry, okay. And if we go to this line, we talk the personal styles. We call personal because it's not because of the city, because we see Cádiz, Jerez, Lebrija, Utrera, Triana, Alcalá, Córdoba. It's not because it's not depends of the city. It depends of the people that lives in the city. Because Jerez, you can find as many styles as singers are in Jerez, and the same thing to all the cities, no. So not because of I say that we cannot learn structure, because Jerez style, if I find like a paragraph, letra of Jerez style, each singer of Jerez is going to sing that in a different way. So that because of on tangos, on Solea, Seguirilla, Bulería, I don't like to talk about a pattern, because this is not a pattern, okay? It's not a pattern. It's like a feeling. If you see like the singer is doing a really large words, it's because of he's come from one style. If he's doing like the really cutting sentences and really short sentence and really quick harmony sequences, that maybe another style of Solea. It's his type because of I told you we have to hear Solea, because that's something that you will define and you will know if you hear all the singers, all the styles, and all the different ways. So that's crazy, man. I don't want you to, I have to hear Solea only every day, 10, 100. No, but hear Solea to know, because so many times I accompany singers that I don't know the style that they are doing, but I recognize that I hear that anytime before. So I'm just waiting for them to arrive to different points, and I will accompany. That's another point. It's like, but if you see, we are growing on the going up with the lesson, and we are always have to repeat the same thing. We have to listen. We have to listen. We have to listen, because I recognize that I don't know sound, man. Right now, that I want to teach them, I'm getting inside of the styles and trying to recognize all the styles. And when I was trying to write in the letters, the lyrics, and try to do like a corporation for all of them, I I see that, man, that's impossible. I cannot say a structure because it doesn't have structure, man. Because you can find the same paragraph on different styles. And I say, what it is. So how can I teach that? So I can teach one letra singing by one singer. Okay, I can do that. You will learn this and you will use that on your CD, because I will try to record the singer that is going to sing the letra on a really normal way, in a really traditional way, with nothing strange. But really, it's not flamenco.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I can do that with tangos, as I told you, with sevillana, with rumba, with colombiana, with guajira, with farruca. Okay, let's do it with them. But with Solea, be careful, because I teach you one thing, and tomorrow you go to a dance lesson and you find another singer or an audio device that it's playing any Solea letra, and you say, hey, this is a letra, but it doesn't fit the chords that Mario told me to the letra that I'm listening to the CD player. That's because of a different style, or the same style singing by another singer. So many different things. Okay. So the best way to learn that is, first of all, know the different style, just the name. Okay. And the most important thing you can write down, guys, okay, is going to be Alcalá, Jerez, Cádiz, Triana, y Solea Apola, Apola. Okay. Alcalá, Cádiz, Jerez, Triana, y Apola. Be careful also that another point. Hey, Ham from Discord, great to see you. Remember that first thing that you have to take care of is the styles. Okay. Once we know, not to listen, it's just to situate yourself on how to study, accompany them. Write down the styles, and after that, more or less, you have to know two different artists of each style. Not modern, well, like old ones. Old singers that recorded a few Solea. So maybe one singer record 4 different styles. Okay, that's great. So you have to divide each style, and inside each style, which singer record like the most important version of this style.
Mhm.
So once that you divide that, you are on the point to listen that. So if you find not only singer audio, if you find like audio with also the guitar, great, because you will take the chords. Right now, I'm telling you that you are going to find also just 5 chords: A minor, G major, F major, E flamenco, E7 sometimes, G7 sometimes, and C major. Nothing else. Nothing else. Sometimes a dominant, okay, D7 that goes to G, C7 that goes to F, but you are not obligated to do them. If you do them sometimes to have a singer, great. But dominants are dominants always. You don't have to do them. You have to do the main chord. You know the chords, and you know how all the chord sounds, A minor, all the chords that I told you. And if you have a old recording with the singer and the guitar player, you also just have to find which chord that you know fits on each chord that you are listening on the recording that you have. That's not a difficult point. I'm not talking to you about the compass. I'm not talking to you about the nothing. I'm talking to you just write on the paper the letra of the style that you are listening, and write on the top of the word, on the word Solea, on the E letra, it's where the A minor chord fits. That's the best way for you to try to start studying the 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 the, the accompaniments way of with the guitar. Okay, so make the difference of the style of inside of each style. Try to find two singers of each style and try to find the most important letters of each one letter of each one, and try to find the chord that they are playing on each letter. That's the best way. That's the best way. And if you see and compare all the styles on the table, you will see that all of them are harmonically same. Sometimes change a little bit. It's like instead of 4 chords, they do just 2 chords. It's going to be different, but in general, A, G, F, E, A, G, F, E, A, G, F, E. Nothing else. It's going to be the way that the singer has to sing what makes it different. It's not the chords progression. It's not a song. It's not a song that we used to play with modern music. It's like a feeling. So sometimes everything happens in 12 beats. Sometimes everything happens on 24, or everything happens on 48 measures. You never see, no. But you have to be waiting anything. And if you, before you accompany with the guitar, if you are listening so many styles, you will know as soon as the singer open the mouth, maybe not the style, the name of the style, but you know the path that he's going to follow while he's singing or she's singing. More or less clear, man?
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't know that either. And keep in mind, those of you watching, this is all pretty new to me as well. So I'm learning a lot with you guys, because I always figured that the styles had all these structural differences, like head F is structurally different from Alcalá, for example. I didn't realize it was mostly just relying on the singer, and then everything else is same guitar wise. I figured it was just a completely different thing. My student who's watching wrote a pretty interesting question.
Of course.
Wants to hear an example of a progression with a D chord.
Let's see. So any person that is watching this video, or maybe that watched this video in the future, is going to be able to do what I'm going to do right now, because I'm going to do a really easy harmonic chord progression. Sorry, okay, let me tune. So the chord progression that you're going to see on a Solea style, as I told you, each style is going to have maybe order on a different way on these chords, but the main chords that you are going to find is going to be the flamenco cadencia, the flamenco cadence. A minor, G major, F major, and E flamenco. That's not E major, E flamenco, be careful with that.
Also called E flat 9 for those of you that
E
like
flat 9,
technical.
that's it. E flat 9, sorry. Also, sometimes no. If you are accompanying Solea, you will find the C major also. Okay. Let me read again the question. Can we hear an example of operation with the chord? Yeah, I'm not sure if I play operation with D in it. Okay, you can use D minor chord sometimes. That's what he means, no, man? He asked about the D. Okay, I'm going to talk also his story that happened to me a few years ago with Manolo Sanluca on a workshop that he every year gives here in Cordoba. The traditional, the right corporation is going to be A minor, G major, F major, and E flat 9. Okay. We can, as if you are doing F major, instead of do F major, if you do D minor, me as a 30-year-old people, more or less young, I can say, okay, you can use that. And I also use sometimes. But harmonically, or with the paper, with the pencil, if we talk about the theory, it's not correct. Because for me, my dominant of the flamenco music is the F chord that needs the E flat 9 to rest. It's like the tension for me, my dominant is F, it's my second grade, and E flamenco is my first one. So if I do the, okay, it works, it's nice to hear that, but with the theory, it doesn't work. Okay, so in a modern way, you can use sometimes, but if you all the times that wants to go to E flamenco, instead of do the F major, you do the D minor, it's going to be strange. Okay, sometimes okay, because sometimes I'm doing the D minor here, okay, instead of here. I change, okay, but I'm doing the D minor. Okay, to like a decoration, to decorate that, great. But don't feel and don't make people feel that the D minor chord is like the chord that you used to go to E flamenco. It's just a chord that is going to decorate the F major feeling that we are creating right now. I think that is your question. Like, I don't know if he's talking about a different thing.
Yeah, because he's one of my students and he's used to just these progressions at the moment. So he hasn't heard as many ornamental chords within the structure yet. So I think you answered it pretty well.
Great. If you have any other question or think that the question is in another way, please let us know. And that's the point, man. That's the point. So a typical chord progression that we're going to see, for example, Alcalá style, you will have the letra okay with a really traditional way of singing that. It's going to be like one measure of 12 beats that goes from E7 to A minor. The next one is going to go from A minor to E7, sorry, E flamenco, E flat 9. That's one sentence, okay, of two measures. Usually, singers repeat that twice. So E7, A minor, E flamenco one time, and now E7, A minor, E flamenco the second time. They change the lyrics, but the harmony sequence is more or less the same. We call also this the tercio. Tercio is like when the singer breathes. Okay, it's one tercio. When they breathe, second tercio is like part. For example, we can say that. So first tercio, first part from A minor to E7. Sorry, E7 to E minor. Second tercio from A minor to E flamenco. We do that twice, and the next part is going to be the G7th part that goes to C major, and from C major from C major to E flamenco. Two different combinations. E7, A minor, E flamenco, one. G7, C major, E flamenco, the second one. That's it. That's Solea. I'm going to do, that's Alcalá style. Okay? I'm going to the melody because I don't know exactly the letra. Okay? I do the first part from E7 to A and from A to E. I do so many things between, but that's it. Things that you have to study with your guitar to be able to accompany 100%. It's not just know the chord. There is some material that we're going to talk about in a few minutes that you have to study. But that's something that you can do at the same time that you listen, can't of course, but you need also to need a few materials, some things like a small part of repertoire to be able to accompany 100%. Okay.
Our detalles.
Detalles. We say detalles. Okay. So E7, 10, 11, 12 from E7 to A minor. Now from A minor to E flamenco. Detail to E flamenco. Arrive. E flamenco. Okay. Now we're going to do the second part. G7, C major, E flamenco. I do free, see that's a class style, more or less. Okay, not singing well because I still have COVID with me, so but I feel okay. But I have COVID right now. Thanks that I have the office at home.
Mhm.
And
Oh, and for those of you who are my students watching, you might realize if we've done my anatomy of Solea lesson, basically my force groupings, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mario was basically doing that. You saw he was doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's the anatomy of Solea lesson that I teach most of my students when we break down Solea. So hopefully you're seeing these connections as Mario is just putting it over Kante now. But it's basically very, very similar to what we do in class.
no, it's the same thing
Mhm.
because that's a nice. Soleil is nice. I think right now that you say that, I think that's the only flamenco style that you can be playing repertoire at the same time that the singer is singing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Of course, it's not falsettos, no, but material. It's like na 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 and
Mhm.
doing like solo repertoire.
Yeah.
It's not like it's like 3 seconds, no, but
Yeah, it's
that's
like
the only
7, 8
palo.
lines.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9. That's it. Yeah, that's not, because I love the way that you have to explain that because it makes so much easy to study Solia for Kante. Because hey man, what do you have to do to be able to accompany Solea? Great. You have to know like a right hand pattern on the from the 1 to the 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all.
Mhm.
4, 5, 6. That's 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mhm.
Now you have to know 7, 8, 9. Sorry, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the theory on 10, 11, 12. No, 10, 11, 12. So if you know the right pattern, rhythm pattern from the 1 to the 6, and after that you see like a few details repertoire from the 7, 8, 9, and you know the cierre on 10, 11, 12,
Mhm.
you know all the techniques, details that you have to know to be able to accompany Solea.
Yeah,
If
and
you
it makes
feel
your
before hears,
accompaniment more interesting as well instead of just doing the same
that's
7,
it.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
That's it. That's the point.
Mhm.
So in general, that's it, man. So I think because I want to send you all of you like on the link before this video, the document with all the styles, of course, with the audios and the lyrics, and I will make also paste like the chord progression. But please don't want to accompany that at the first time with my paper in front of you. You will know accompanying Solea. So I prefer to don't take the guitar for 1 month and just listen the audios and MP3 details that you are going to send you. And after that, okay, take the paper because you're going to do that on the first time because you are used to listen that. That's the point, man, more or less. I don't. For me, it's like the material that I want to talk about today. It's like the important of first of all know the styles, know a few artists on each style. Try to take one letter of each one. After that, at the same time that you are listening Cante, you have to study repertoire to know have details to be able to accompany on a nice way. But as I told you, just with a thumb you can accompany. Na, 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 la alegría de mi casa. And not doing nothing, just a thumb down. So it's okay, it works. So sometimes you can do that. You cannot do that always, because people are going to say, "Hey man, you don't know how to play guitar. You know how to go with the thumb down, but you don't know how to play." So of course you have to know the sequence, but at the same time try to get inside of videos or tutorials of such or lesson, whatever, to find tips and details that is going to make your accompaniment so much professional, nice, better, funny, or whatever you want to say. Okay.
Mhm.
What do you want what do you think, man, that we can add? And if we have any question, please on the chat, feel free to ask whatever you want. What do you think we can add
So it
for
looks
this
like
lesson?
with the breaking down of the progression, so you have the E flamenco, and was that right on beat one or at the beginning, and then you went to A minor on 10 basically. So
Yeah,
and then we're going here, and then from here 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, whatever the tie is,
yeah,
closing
yeah,
there. So that was basically the 1 and 10,
yeah,
just for those two chords.
yeah,
And then same thing with the G7 or G to C.
Normally, it's going to be like the same. Each 12 beats, you're going to go from one chord to the other. So more or less, you're going to start on the first beat on one chord, and on the 10 beat number 10, you're going to change to the next one.
Right.
Usually, be careful with that. Sometimes maybe you will spend. For example, I'm going to improvise something. So it's just to make you the example. I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I go to the A minor on the second measure. I spend one full measure on E flamenco, and on the second one, I change on the 10.
Mm-hmm.
But be careful with that also.
Yeah.
Be careful with that, because if you hear old recording, it doesn't going to work. Never.
Mm-hmm.
Because 80 years ago, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, singers don't know about rhythm, don't know about nothing. So they never fit the chord on the same way. So if you hear today's singer, okay, maybe it's going to work. But an old singer or a modern singer that sings on a really old way, be careful with that, because it doesn't going to work.
Right. So
but if you know,
listening for that harmony change, that's the big thing. And like you said, listening to Solea just over and over again, thousands of times, trying to see where is that harmony going to go? Are they going to go to the F? Are they going to go to the A minor, the G, C type thing?
Because it's easy to play 1, 2, 3, 4. It's easy. Mm-hmm. So technically, it's going from E7 to E, A minor, and from A minor looking for the E flamenco chord. Technically, it's really easy. So if you know the structure, great for you. Right now that you know the structure, try to identify on a singer, on a recording, when the singer, the guitar, but because of the singer is singing, when is the chord played, when, which moment, and when in this recording, I feel that the singer arrived to the 10, to the A minor on the beat number 7. Maybe, man, all singers arrive whenever they want. They didn't take. Also, all singers are alive. Luis El Zambo, Fernando de la Morena a few years ago that he died. El Torta that also died a few years ago. All singers are right now are alive. Also happens that if you try to count the compass, it never fits. Mm-hmm. They change sometime on the 3. They change, and it's correct, man. So it's okay. It's not a mistake. They can do whatever they want because they are the singers. And if you try to accompany, maybe the compass is not always boom, 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 but the feeling of the 12 beats is always there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more or less, it's to my students, it's a push and pull, so it can't always be metronomic. There's playing with the time, basically.
And we return to the beginning. We can say that the beats on tangos, alegrías, we can talk about that on those palos, but Solea, seguiría en bulería, and Solea seguiría the most ones. Mm-hmm. There is no metronome, there is no tempo, there is no rhythm, there is rhythm, There is a for instance, it's not ritmo. Yeah, there is doesn't has rhythm, but it has sense.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's make sense on your English with these words.
Yeah, like I mentioned, it's not metronomic. It's not to that exact pulse each time. There's times where it might slow down for a second or it might speed up for a second. It just depends on what the cante is doing, like how they're moving through the harmony and the letra, basically.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Man, so something else. Any question, guys? I'm going to leave, as I told you, I'm going to leave. Well, no, I'm going to send Sach in a few hours a Google Drive document, okay, in which you're going to see a few different styles with a link with the audio devices to listen them, the letra also, with the corporation, of course. But the same, as I say you that it's going to help you, I say you please don't try to accompany with the paper in front of you. Try to accompany once that you hear this style so many times and you recognize the chords. But because the first homework is to hear cante, to hear how people accompany that before you try to accompany. Okay. Right, so that's it. Do you think that we can talk about something else?
Yeah, if you want, we can do some detalles.
That's great. I think so.
Apply it
I think
into
so.
the cante.
Of course, of course. I think
Or
that we
just
can.
show a traditional one, the kind of
Yeah, this
story
one. Okay, we can see from the first to the sixth beat. Okay, I like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This golpe is really important. The singer is waiting this golpe on the beat number 6 because it's like when they breathe. Okay, let's close what we are doing. Okay, 1, 2, like golpe on the first 2. Okay, first, second, 3 with all the hand if you want. 4, 5 silence, and 6 with tap on the guitar, and 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we can do, and it's going to be on the chord that you are in the moment. We can do 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, or depends of which part you are. But the right detail is always the same. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9. That's like the biggest part to um, to feel to try to say a lot of material at this part from the beat number 7 to the 9. So this one is a nice one. 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm doing like a chromatic scale. 6, 5, 4. Okay, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. A close. And we will say talk about the close in a few minutes. That's 7, 8, 9 in this way, or 7, 8, 9. Let's have major 7 and E, no? 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 4th, 3rd. Okay, 7, 8, 9. Second detail. Another one. Okay, 7, 8. Sorry, 7, 8, 9. I'm doing the arpeggio with the ring on the 4th string, 3rd fret. Okay, based on the 5th, and the arpeggio start on the 2nd or the 1st string also works. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's another one. Another a little bit more difficult is like with an arpeggio. It will be like a
one.
Yeah, really traditional, and also more difficult. Okay, it's like an arpeggio with the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd with the pinky, an arpeggio going down, thumb, index, middle, ring. Okay, with the thumb, you go down with the thumb, and you are pressing with the index on the left hand. Okay, ligado, okay? And now you are doing arpeggio here with ligado on the left hand. Second string with a re, okay? Ligado. Middle on the third, index on the fourth, and we close. That's it. Okay. This is another one like the double speed. 7, 8, 9, 10. Like a double arpeggio. Okay, that's a second level. Please, if you don't know the first one, try to at least learn the first one. That's like another step for people that play a little bit more. Okay, double arpeggio going down and up. Always here arpeggio. Okay, and now ring, middle, index, and now ring on the second, middle, index, close. Sorry. 1 0 3 2 1 2 3 2 1 3 1 0 2 0 3 close. Okay, that depends of the speed of the Solea, because if it's in a really high tempo, this one is difficult to play. Okay, and that's 7 8 9, and for me 10 11 12, please. 10 11 12. That's the first thing that you have to know. If you don't know this one, don't try to learn any different one. 10 10 11 12 10 11 12 10 11 sorry 10 11 12. Okay, that's a basic one. Okay, and a different one with a smaller arpeggio before. Different ways. Okay, but for me, like the most important thing is to find different things on the 7 8 9. That's something that I learned from Sach. That's something that helped me a lot to right now that I'm trying to teach Solea for so many people, also Spanish and English people. So it's making me a really easy path to try to teach that.
And the fun thing with the 7 8 9 is you can keep everything else exactly the same. Your 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 10 11 12. Keep changing the 7 8 9. So with very little material, you're having dozens of different classes and making the class just sound much more interesting instead of playing the same thing over and over again. It doesn't have to be that different either. You can even take a very basic 7 8 9 and syncopate it or change the technique, for example. So for example, what if we take this one, just the first one you ever learn, usually for 7 8 9 is that. What if I syncopate go? Or if I change the technique. Just from that one phrase, right now I have 3 different possibilities with the same material. And I can keep going. I can do different arpeggios. I can do different techniques, whatever I want to do. As long as it fits the 7 8 9, it works. As long as we resolve to our 10 11 12.
That's it.
Very little material, but lots of possibilities. And that's what makes Solea really fun to play.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's I don't know. Do you hear that from another person, or did you find this way to teach that by your own?
I found a few teachers I've heard say similar things, but I've kind of adapted it to my own way of explaining it.
That's great.
I think I heard the method of breaking it down from someone else. I can't remember who it was.
Don't worry.
But then I made it more systematic, I think.
Great. That's something that I take care that US people, also Canada people, you are really methodic. All of you. All of you. So that's a really difficult thing for me because it obligates myself to have everything ready for that and everything prepared, everything that's, and also it's great for me because I'm trying to change a few things of my way of work and study. So as for me, it's great when I find this way of study that say, oh my God, if sometimes we study as the same way as you study, will be so we can be so much better than we are sometimes. And, you know. Man, so that's it. Thanks, Saj. Thank you also for all the people that are right now with us. I don't know if you are still there. And also thanks for people that see that in the future. Please feel free to make any question whenever you see the video.
Yeah, keep sending those questions in to us and we'll keep answering them as we see them come in. And feel free to contact us, especially those watching from the Discord. You know, feel free to message Mario or myself anytime through the Discord as well. And I think that's it, Mario. Do you want to announce the little project we've been working on?
Yeah, so we're working also together, Facho, with some also new people maybe in the future. That yeah, I'm trying. I know I'm working. I have a lot of material just recorded. Try to write down, try to make down all this info on 7 different levels for English speaker guitar players. All the material is going to be 100% in English, not translated, no, speaking English right now, so like here. So please, guys, my Instagram account is going to be, it's at Mario Moraga Flamenco. I'm going to leave like the comment here. If you have access to the course before that, anyone before. But because we're still not open, okay, there is not a website of that because we're still creating all the material. But I have like a lot of material created right now and ready to be watched by people, no? So if any of you want question, want anything to know about the course, we're going to open in a few weeks, okay? And that's like the most biggest thing that I'm working on with the guitar. Also biggest than the Spanish, but I've been recording Spanish course for the last 4 or 5 years. But at this English course is everything inside. All the things and mistakes that I do with my Spanish courses. Right now I think that I have all of them solved, but in English 100% since the beginning. So if you have any doubt, if you have any question, if you want to know something about this course, something about this 7-level course that I'm creating, please let me know by Instagram, YouTube, my YouTube channel, do any comment on this video and I will answer you whenever I see, okay? Diablo Sach is going to be with us on the course teaching and helping myself with some students, and a few other guitar players also is going to be taking care about your homewares, activities, and all the things that we are doing inside. And that's it, Sach.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys have some interest and join us for a lot of study, but a lot of interesting materials that we're planning at the moment.
That's it. So Sach, man, thanks also for your time. Also always great. Thanks for the guys that are watching us right now, and also for the people that see us in the future.
Yeah, thanks Mario for coming on my channel. It's always a pleasure to have you, and you always open my eyes too with new stuff that I'm still trying to take in as well.
Thanks, man. So have a nice day and take care.